Time for an update with social assistance. I don't know about you guys, but does it seem like my camera work is suddenly a lot better? The room is really dark. I'm using the front camera. And you know what that is? I have my screen brightness turned way up. I'm going to have to watch this after. And if it looks as bright to you as it does to me, I'm going to be turning up my brightness now. I remember, in fact, I had turned it down. Watch this. I'm going to turn down my brightness. Just watch. Now, not only did your view get darker, but so did mine. And because I turned down the brightness, this Vizio will take less data. I don't know if you knew that. You want to know another way? Block the screen. Bammo. Now it's blacked. For this portion of the video, it'll be a very short amount of data. You can black out a camera, and it takes less data. I don't know if you knew that, because there's no all these pixels reading the complicated picture that is me, and the background, and all these things, and movement. There's none of that. You just block it. So, this one, sorry for the little babble there, but I just got back from the welfare office. Turned out, the worker who sent me the letter, the one who's supposed to be my worker, she wasn't there. Not only was she wasn't there, she's been on vacation for the last month. She has no idea that letter was sent. So I showed that today to a worker who's not one of these girls. And he was just as appalled. I also showed it to the security guards at the front door and explained to them why I was there. I also posted video about it on YouTube and explained why I was there. And I also explained what the next steps were going to be if this doesn't get resolved. And he seemed pretty earnest about wanting to resolve it himself. He said the same thing. This is ridiculous. He said, I can see in your file there's a lot of stuff that's been going on for a long time. I'm like, yep. And this is getting really ridiculous. I even instructed him to go view my YouTube channel. Took 2 minutes to sort out. Another 20 minutes it was in my account, literally before I had the chance to walk halfway home. There was no need for it. No need for the delay. No need to not contact me. No need for any of this bullshit. They only did this because they know I'm at risk of a stroke. They don't like me because I wouldn't sleep with one of the girls. And one of the girls was my ex, and between the two of them, they've made my life a living hell. One of them is named Lisa Anne Marie Villeneuve. The other one, her name is Brienne. And that one, when I see her, she gonna die for treason. Lisa's already dead. That was my fiance. Almost married her. My father's dead. My mother's dead. My brother's dead. You think I'm worried about killing you? You're wrong. It's the other way around. I try my best to be lenient as crown prince. But given that the government has put me in a situation where I'm stuck being crown of a country I don't want to be king of, because they've robbed me for so much money. I can't just leave, not without my money, which is legally the separation of crown and state when the king takes his money back and leaves. But that's because I've never been king. They made me crown prince. Well, a crown prince legally doesn't owe any money to the crown. I don't have to feed into that kitty. I'm supposed to have my own money. Well, I did. I made tons of it. And the government said, well, you're going to be king anyway. We'll just take it. And we'll manage it for you until you're 18. Well, given that my parents were evil as shit and using me for what they could get, that's what I did. I let it happen that way. And ever since then, the government has taken any penny that I make. I get none of it. They go out of their way to seek it out and grab it. And that's left me absolutely destitute. And they're happy about that because it's politics and they're evil crooks and Satanist pedophile types and child-eating bastards. They really are. These are the kind of people that lead us. And it's gotten bad. And I've always said it's top down. See, when the government chooses managers for these kind of places, don't forget they're in charge of welfare. This isn't like the mayor is responsible for social assistance. No, that comes from the crown. That's me. Look it up. And so, not only am I having to post a video series about this so we can track the progress live, guys. And I'll give you each update as they happen, uploaded immediately, which is why I'm about to upload this 5-minute update right now. Not only that, the guy was nice enough to give me bus tickets so I wouldn't have to walk home because he felt the same way I did, even though they're not supposed to give me bus tickets. He's entitled in this situation because it's the least they can do kind of thing for making me go out of my way every month. And I live in Vanier. I even explained they refused to transfer me offices. I've been asked by even workers why I'm at this office, and I said, I can't tell you that. I've asked for the transfer, they refused it. Because they wanted to keep me there so they could screw with me and make me take these long walks. They do it all the time. So here's the update. So the worker's been off for a month. She's on vacation. Has no idea this happened. Because what happens is some other girl will go in and access your file. Put in stuff, make changes, do whatever they want. And when the worker come back, they assume that's legit. Because you're not supposed to be entering anything in the file unless it is. And the computer is like their Bible. That's what they count on to know what's going on. They sure as hell can't take your word for it. Now can they? And I don't blame them for that. Which means you have to have proof. Which means you have to be able to prove your story. Which is why I'm very specific. Document everything. Record everything. Phone calls and all. And make sure that I have proof of what they've done. And the proof is there. Documented over a decade. I've asked the police for help. And they say, oh, well, it's welfare. We can't do anything. Well, that's bullshit. It's gangsterism and high treason. They could have just arrested them. But they're lazy, crooked pigs, and that's just how it is. I owned a company called Fearless Salvage. You can look that up, too. The police robbed it. The whole police station got ripped apart. They robbed $30 million in gold bars off of my boat. I'd be a wealthy man today if it wasn't for the police in Ottawa. That's the Elgin Street Police Station, guys. Elgin Street Police Station, Catherine Street. Don't you notice those are both right in the heart of downtown? And you wonder why we call the capital a shithole, filled with corruption and evil. Because it is. Because you can't even have an honest welfare check. You can't have an honest job without politics and evil in the background. That's the problem. I applied for a job at the post office once when I was young. I was Crown Prince. They told me you don't qualify. And I said, may I ask why not? They said, well, to be honest, you have to know somebody. It's the only way you know it. You don't know anybody in the government, do you? And I said, do you have any idea who I am? And the guy went, what? And I said, I'm fucking Crown Prince, bud. And he's like, oh, well, I guess you know someone then, but we're still not giving you the job. Turned out the guy was a convicted twice pedophile. This was the guy who was doing the hiring at the post office. I'm coming for you fucking people. I warned the government after they targeted me this time, and they refused to pay me. I'm coming after every fucking one of your kind. I will expose you, hunt you, and treasure your death. I will treasure tearing you apart with the truth. I will treasure watching your regime die. One way or the other. I don't care if your blood's on the sidewalk because people lynch you or not. What I care about is the truth, and you being dealt with. That goes for you, Brianne. It goes for you, Kelly. Sarah, all you little cunts down at the welfare office who think you're cool. Don't think I don't know your names. See, every time one of you retards accesses my file, the only way you get in is to put in your access number. Well, maybe you're too stupid to know that, but that kind of gives you a telltale of who did what, doesn't it? It's why you keep getting caught. And yet you girls keep playing these stupid games because I'm celibate and they don't like a celibate guy. Apparently they'd rather you be a faggot. This is welfare, dude. I get sexually harassed by workers who aren't even my worker, called up on Saturdays and Sundays and harassed. You can check my phone records, man. Well, I'm coming for these people, one way or another. I don't care if I have to absolutely execute them with my bare hands, fuck. Whatever it takes to stop these girls, I'm fucking killing you. I'm coming for you people. You fucking people put me on blast. Now it's your fucking turn. I'm coming for you by name and address, and I'll film it live and show it.